All right, hey, welcome to Golf on Tap. I'm here with Jonathan at PXG Atlanta. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
And today we're doing the Black Ops Driver Challenge, right?
Yes.
Now, I did come last year. I did the Gen 6 challenge as
nice.
well.
Yeah.
I lost,
Okay.
admittedly, but whether it was my ego or my bank account, one of the
Sure.
two, I wasn't quite ready to make the commitment to switch on over. And I have made a few changes to my TSR since then.
Good.
Still kind of have a hot and cold relationship with it.
Sure.
Sometimes I'm bombing it. Sometimes I just can't get it lined up.
I get it.
But to throw a little spice for you for this time,
Sure.
I'd like to, if we can, just jump straight into the PXG part of this.
Okay.
I'll give you my stats.
Yeah.
And then we'll save the 5 shots on the TSR towards the end and see if it lines up anywhere close to it. $200 on the line this time too,
That's right.
which is the big one. It's a
Yeah,
little bit different.
absolutely. We kind of doubled down on
Yeah.
everything
Stats for you. I swing around 1.5, 110.
Okay.
You're obviously look at the driver, see what I got in there, all that good stuff.
there.
We all set?
Some of that? Absolutely, yeah.
Wonderful. All right, let's do it. Thanks. So
So
9 degree
baseline.
baseline, see
Yeah.
what we're working with. All right, let's see what we're doing today.
113. I mean, I would tell you this. You're swinging too quick for that shaft right now.
Okay. 113. Must be amped up.
That was pretty solid on that one. I mean, it still hasn't sounded like you quite caught it. It's still 15 launch, 2,500 spin.
Yeah.
Which are perfect launch and spin numbers right there. Again, I don't think it was quite hit perfect. Smash factor was a little low.
Yeah,
Let's
1
try
through
that
6.
shaft just in an X, just for your kind of getting loose with this one.
Whoa, that did not feel like that did that at all. I thought that was going to go left.
I'm going to go ahead and do one thing, which is just lower loft.
Okay.
And then I also want to go just like a 1/4 inch shorter on that tee.
Okay. Back to the Ventus 6X.
Is that what you hit last time?
I think that's pretty much the one I think that got it in there.
Yeah. I mean, it's a very, very good shaft. There's a reason that you turn on any 4 event, you're going to see how these guys' bags full of Ventus products.
So that felt a little toey.
Yeah.
And then,
So but much better ball flight. I mean, it's just for context too. That's 15 yards left.
And I'll typically favor the right side of the fairway.
Sure.
It's kind of how I do my lineup.
Pull it and cut it back.
Yeah, a little.
Just stay straight on the pull.
Yeah, it's kind of the normal play. It's just the ones that I get super like double crossed on, and like just sail like miles left. That usually do me. Because typically, like if I'm peeling off the little cutters, they don't go very far, and unless there's trouble over there, then it doesn't really bother me.
Okay.
But if I'm hitting it well, and then I hit that big long bomb,
it goes way left. Right?
super far left and way out there, that gets me like really in trouble. That one felt pretty centered.
Sounded more solid for sure.
I'm just surprised about how much they're curving. It doesn't feel like that off the face.
Yeah.
It's a big club path thing. Okay, let me try to.
Oh, 6 outside ends. So
Yeah, a little far. Yeah. Oh, there it is.
That was the overcorrection, right?
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
That was better. Yeah, low spin, if anything, on that. And that's the thing that we are seeing with this driver. It is a low spin driver.
Right.
It was about 1,800. If anything, that's
Too low.
too low, right? But what do you like to do outside of golf?
It pretty much consumes most of my time outside of the family, this YouTube thing. In terms of like the editing goes, some of them, they take me like 8 to 10 hours to put together.
Wow.
It's a lot more labor extensive than you would really think. Still enjoy it, but man, it is hard to get people to hit that subscribe button. Yeah. In fact, I'll put a screenshot on it right now. I think it's like 98.2% of people that watch my stuff don't subscribe.
Wow.
It's like crazy.
Yeah.
I digress. Let's hit a golf ball.
What I'm curious to see is, so that's the 8 in the Black Ops. I'm going to put you just right at 9 in the Tour.
Okay.
Black Ops Tour is a naturally flatter line. It's a little bit more of a fade bias club anyways.
Right.
But I feel like with this one, you should be able to swing at it and release it and not see it go as far left.
I battle that club path a lot too, man. That high negative number. So Black Ops Tour with the Ventus 6X black still, okay. All right.
2 out to in, and your face is open 4.8.
Okay.
So we're open
yeah.
6.8.
Yeah. All right. Let me try to get a little bit stronger grip.
That's probably more of the ball flight that you try and play, right?
Yeah. Either that kind of pull and it goes straight, or with the little fade or curve on the end of it.
That one should be pretty solid right there.
Felt good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, like if we can get a lot of those, that's really good. 12 launch, 2200 spin on the fade.
Yeah.
Right, it's getting out there 299 basically on the total distance. That one's solid.
Yeah. See, that one felt really good.
Really solid contact. Your ball speed's great.
Yeah.
That one's just kind of like that high launch knuckleball kind of 1600 spin. I mean, that's something I'm curious about, because I do think when you get the face square,
Yeah.
we're seeing some of those like real low spin shots.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see what you do with maybe Ventus Blue in the standard head.
Okay.
So we're going to do the 8 degree again in the Black Ops, but
Okay.
with Ventus Blue 6X.
Okay. It's like the tale of two stories, man. It's just like either I get the face open or I get it shut enough to where, I mean, I know a lot of it's not the club's fault. It's certainly my delivery, but yeah, that's another big left one.
I'm not liking the shaft as much. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of the balancing act we have to play with. Whenever, if you get the face closed, it's that 1900.
Right.
I don't want you to hit a closed face, like a solidly struck shot, and it spin at 15 or 1600, just knuckleball.
Yeah.
Right? Or if you catch it and it's launches high,
Yeah.
and it goes 320 in the woods, that doesn't do you any good.
I never said I was going to make this easy on you, by the way. Just disclaimer. Dang club path. And face angle, both of you. Cooperate with me.
Right, yeah.
Act right, come on.
Is counterbalance something that you've ever played around with in a shaft?
Nah.
Pretty good.
It felt great. Again, my feelings are way off.
That's a good drive.
Yeah, no, that's a good one, yeah.
I want to put this just right at 8 and let's see what it does. Because you're actually, you're getting.
Yeah, that's a good
That
drive.
was really good.
Yeah.
That was 15-23. I feel like your contact got a little more solid.
Yeah.
With this one.
So what does counterbalancing do in the
What
shaft?
we're doing is you're going to feel a little more weight in the handle.
Right.
Stiffer here, a little lighter there, which can sometimes just help, I think, get it stuck, right?
Yeah.
Play the release a little bit better.
Gotcha. And we're on the regular head.
Yes.
Okay.
Just right at 8 degrees.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's definitely within the
Yep.
kind of the normal.
And that's a 15 launch, 2800 on the spin, with it being little heel side.
Yeah.
high face. I don't hate it. I am going to get you to hit a couple of these too off of a little shorter tee than that
Okay.
one even. I know that you typically tee it higher, but with the strike being high in the head, I'm curious to see what it would do if we do get that.
I
just a little
think
lower.
in some capacity I started teeing it higher to try to help with angle of attack.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you this. You
'cause
did a great job of that. 2.8 up. Like, you've been
Yeah.
up very consistently.
Yeah. This shaft does feel easier to swing.
I get that.
Right,
That's
yeah.
the thing with Vintage Black, right?
Yeah.
It's stiff all the way down, right?
Yeah.
Middle, midsection, tip section. It's one of the stiffest profiles you're going to get. This is still very, very stable, but it doesn't feel like as much work.
Right.
And I knew that one was going to cut more. I am glad to see it starting left, though. And again, with that being, that's about 15 yards right.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's not a big killer by any means. It's just
Mhm.
more of a heel shot, which is going to cause the spin to kick up a little bit.
I mean, that felt absolutely solid.
Yeah.
Just I don't know what the path is like, but that felt absolutely
It
solid.
was your 5 outside in, right? So I mean, it was a little over the top and it spun, but
Yeah.
we're right side of the fairway.
Yep.
Again, I feel like if you're in the fairway all day, you're probably going to be in a solid spot. Right?
Yeah.
Most important is,
I mean, that's kind of it. I mean, I'm not a tee box snob either, to be fair. I mean, we all want more distance, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But, you know, I usually play, you know, between 6,000 to 6,500 is where I play.
So you really, I mean, honestly, you probably don't even need driver on a lot of courses, right?
Yeah, I mean, the distance doesn't like make me score better. It's being able to actually play the ball.
Sure.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah. I mean, a heel cut 287 in the middle of the fairway.
Yeah, that's.
Won't get you in trouble.
No.
that's a
no.
No,
it won't.
Do this. Let's hit a few with yours.
Okay. Game time. All right, TSR3 time. Let's see what she got. Bomber left. Yeah, so 4,000 spin.
Spinning for a left ball, yeah.
Yeah, just how's that spin?
48. Yeah.
It's just so spinny.
Yeah.
I was really hoping to lay down a little bit better of a data set just in general for you today.
Yeah, I mean, what I will like, you know, obviously, like that's a missed hit, right? But
Yeah.
the two that you hit more solidly, like you got one at 160 ball speed,
Yeah.
which is one of the highest we've seen all day, and it was 4,800 spin.
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, that's where I start to see it as you're making a good swing on that. The club is not set up as well as it should.
Yeah, and it's just that
But it's
I'm
still
sure the spin.
43,
Yeah,
right?
just.
I mean, give me one more. I got rid of that one. See how the spin does on that, because it was that was better, right? But
Right,
you
but that's
close it down, and that one was hit well. We're at 12 and 2,000.
Yeah.
Even with that one being the longest ball of all of the shots you've hit, right? If we're just looking at some numbers, we're at an average of 2,700 spin with this one.
Yeah.
Right? And 13 launch was getting you 285 total on average.
Yeah.
That last one you just hit was 305, right? But it was still an average spin rate of 3,700 with that one at 2,000 on the best
Yeah.
three that you hit.
Best three, yeah.
And 271 on your total distance versus 285.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's an obvious improvement because you're a high spin player.
Yeah.
Right? And so if your miss is high spin and we lower that to where, you know, we're averaging 27, the good ones are 2,000, that makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Because again, it's not like we were sacrificing a lot either in terms of consistency. You know, I think when we hit it, before we hit the 5-2,
Yeah.
right, we hit it very straight. We hit those 5 shots.
Yeah, yeah.
A couple more wayward.
Yeah.
You know,
No, I agree, especially
but-
with the counterbalance shaft.
But
Like,
again, like the counterbalance, we hit a
Yeah.
lot of fairways.
Yeah.
And if we're doing that at 285, you're going to be in a great spot. And I also think we know that, you know, like when we did close it, you hit some of those that were 310. You know, it's just a matter of the consistency there and being able to pull out your gamer and see that it's that high spin shot has been your miss.
Yeah. And that, I mean, that's the thing too, is what I've noticed on the course is, you know, even when I'm hitting them well like that down the fairway,
Yeah.
I'm still only at 250, 260 because the spin is just
And
still
when
so
you're
high.
swinging at 113.
Yeah. It just
you know,
gets too
it's-
high.
There's something about that just doesn't sit right. You brought your other driver.
We got 5 minutes?
Yeah.
All right. I want to hand it to you and I want to see if you can see what the trick with it is. All right.
Oh, okay. Is this almost like the homemade auto flex?
Yeah.
I like that. I'm curious to see what you do.
I've hit this one pretty well in the past, but it just kind of like gets a little silly.
Yeah. Not bad.
I was gaming it for a little bit at the end of last year, and you know,
That shaft and everything?
yeah,
Nice.
just because it's kind of the same story with the spin. Is like this one, I have the 12 gram in the front here too, so it's really always been an effort. I know my club path and all that is not the best, but like most players,
It's
but
like, look, it's what
I've
we
been
have,
I've been
right?
trying to lower spin.
Sure.
I've been just trying to lower spin.
Do you fight left with this driver more?
Yeah.
Yeah. I could see that being a thing, but for what it's worth, I mean, I think that the numbers are more consistent and kind of more in line with what we did, right? Where it's 14 launch, 3,100 spin, kind of like in the middle in terms of distance with those right there, right? Where it's the 276, 271 and 285, but they're just, it's the same shot every time.
Yeah.
But for that one, you would almost need to probably feel it draw. Like I'm going to aim at the right side.
Exactly.
Draw it instead of pull it.
The only other thing probably you didn't notice too is it's actually a 5-wood shaft too.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I think at a minimum, I should probably just put this one back in the bag.
I mean, I would tell you.
I didn't.
That one went left.
I didn't feel like I pull hooked that one as much.
In general, you did hit that one better than you hit your Titleist.
Yeah.
So I mean, like just that was the 285 again, 263 carry. The Titleist was at 255 and 271. And then this one was at 261, so back kind of in line with our carry, a little higher spin, so it's only 276 on the total.
But more manageable. Is kind of is what the digs go.
So yeah, I mean, I would probably play that before the TSR, but.
All right, well, Jonathan, PXG takes it again.
Yeah.
I'm now left $300 on the table, unfortunately, but it is what it is. I think this time with the fitting, I enjoyed it a lot more. I don't know what the difference was between last year's fitting and this one, but it felt like a lot more like informative and just kind of along the way. So that was good too. So what did we end up settling on? It was the yeah.
So driver that we liked the most was the standard Black Ops head.
Okay.
Which again, we're seeing even most of our tour guys are opting for this club head rather than the tour head because of the stability.
Right.
And it's still a very low spin driver.
Got
where
it.
a lot of drivers in the past, both from us and other manufacturers, you kind of have to pick forgiveness or distance. This one gives a really good combination of both. 8 degrees right at 8, and then we decided to move into a more counterbalance shaft, the Tour AD, the XC.
Tour AD XC. So I've never hit that before, so that was cool to see that, and it definitely, I didn't feel like I had to work as hard with it, to be honest, as the Ventus goes. So.
And we saw some really good launch and spin numbers coming out of this. But more importantly, it was a lot of fairways.
Yeah,
right? And that's what we want to see.
That's what I need in my game at this moment too. So again, Black Ops Driver Challenge with Jonathan here at PXG Atlanta. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we'll see you again soon. Cheers, peace. Cool.
Yep.
Thanks, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate
absolutely.
it. Appreciate all that.
Nice to meet you, of course.
Yeah.